Hey there, Adam here with part 2 of our Star Trek 25th Anniversary 1991 trading card opening series. This is exciting. So last time we did the original series. This time we're going to be getting into the Next Generation set of cards here. And of course, Next Generation was a very big deal when it came out. It ran for so long. I mean, it ran longer than the original series. We got to see an evolution of those characters in such a great way. I was always partial to Data. I know a lot of people love Data. And there were those, change ups in the cast every once in a while. What happened to Dr. Crusher? Who's this Dr. Pulaski? Wait a minute. Is that what? What is a member of the A-Team doing as part of the Star Trek cast? There was just all sorts of weird stuff like that happening. Dwight Schultz actually saw at RetroCon a few years back. And it was very cool to see him, because I realized, people are into the A-Team and they're into his Star Trek role, among other things. So that was awesome to see. But I digress. We have some cards to open. I'm excited to see what the Next Generation has to offer. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are ready to open up a pack of Star Trek The Next Generation 25th Anniversary trading cards. These are the Star Trek The Next Generation edition. And so there were 12 official full-color trading cards inside. Now, these were produced by Impel, who did the famous Marvel Universe trading cards. They eventually became Skybox. If you can see here, you get your Star Trek 1991 25th Anniversary Series 1 Collector's Album and card t-shirts. Now, do it! So you can order those, or you can get a trading card checklist, but there doesn't seem to be any promise here of any type of chase cards as part of the series. No holograms, nothing like that. Maybe they were part of it, but they're not promoting it. So let's take a look inside here and see what the crew of the Enterprise has to share with us. What adventures we recall from that legendary series. Okay, so first up here, there we go. Starting off with Elementary, My Dear Data. Yes, a little holodeck adventure where you have Data as Sherlock, and they really wanted to challenge him. So that's pretty fun. Maybe the most fun that Dr. Pulaski ever was, because she was nobody's favorite. But yeah, so it's kind of cool, though. It's kind of interesting that if you remember from this episode, that they're facing off against Moriarty, and then I believe that he gets free and becomes kind of a 3D hologram that is traveling around. All right, now check this out. So DC Comics had a Star Trek The Next Generation and original series, actually, comic book series that they ran for quite a while. So I like that, though. Now what? Star Trek The Next Generation up here. Now what? Star Trek The Next Generation down below. I think that was part of the card design. But that's kind of cool. So it gives you a little idea of what the storyline was in that. But they actually had really great art in that series. I was always impressed. I did pick up a few issues just because I know that series. And that looks just like the characters. All right, here we go. Look at this group shot. The continuing voyages, right? Now, what's interesting you'll notice about this, I've got her over here as well. She's part of this sticker set. Whoopi Goldberg right here as Guinan, right? She is basically considered part of the cast if you look at the way they're laying out here. But also, what is Deanna Troi wearing? That is an interesting hairstyle for her, I feel like, and an interesting top. Not what we're used to seeing all the time. Also, Wesley was looking pretty old there, so very cool to see just that introduction of that crew there. Full group, and plus, hey, Gates McFadden, that's who we want there, right? Dr. Beverly Crusher, no Pulaski, come on. All right, here we go. Speaking of Crusher and Will Wheaton, where no one has gone before, so I remember that one a little bit. I believe that he was kind of part of a group of cadets, and this was one of those guys who was kind of a young up-and-comer from one of the alien races. Now, of course, Star Trek also had a lot of novels. And so this set, I believe, was celebrating also, so you see it says it's the Pocketbooks cover art by Keith Birdsong. So yeah, I mean, Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation definitely had another life in the novels that were very popular among fans. Oh, here we go, in Code of Honor. And wouldn't you know it, yes indeed, there she is, still alive. It's kind of interesting. You get Tasha Yar there for some of those earlier adventures. but of course she decided to leave the series. Why did you go? And of course, eventually came back when the movie career didn't pan out. Deanna Troi now, Marina Sirtis, who did stick with the series all the way through. Always so much fun on the series. We love having our Counselor Troy there, but that's pretty neat. Okay, nice. All right, what's next here? Oh, it's Q! Yes, Encounter at Farpoint. If I remember correctly, that is the actual premiere pilot episode. So that's a big deal. You got to meet Q, who of course became a favorite nemesis and sometimes ally of the Next Generation crew. Oh, Jean-Luc Picard. Look at that. Defensive shields. Make it so. This is just great. I love anything with Jean-Luc Picard on it, right? I mean, he's just Patrick Stewart, a very dramatic actor, and just, you love seeing him. Okay, here we go. Who are these people? Justice. Looks like they're going to eject Will Wheaton with something, but Riker's not having it. This is a first season Riker, because he doesn't have the beard yet. Oh, yeah. So, interesting here. All right. Oh, a nice shot of the Enterprise. This is a great pack. I think it's just like, maybe everything is cool, but I mean, just this Enterprise shot, I mean, it's very varied. We've gotten a little bit of everything here, so that's wonderful to see. But yeah, just that beautiful shot. And finally, here we go. Oh, look at little baby Riker there, hiding Q. But Q apparently is dressed up like Data. I didn't remember that episode, so that's pretty hilarious. What's going on there? Yeah, let's see. It doesn't actually explain here, though, anything about being Data. So I'll have to check with some of my friends who are bigger Star Trek fans than me and find out what was going on there. But man, what a great set of cards. I think that is fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed looking at them here. And now let's get out of here and close it out. All right, well, that was a fun pack of cards. Definitely more familiar to me than the part one where I was opening the original series. I knew all those characters. I'd seen a lot of those episodes, but some of them I still needed to check out, right? Like I didn't know every detail. So looking forward to this is what I'll say. I'll probably go back and watch Next Generation before I watch the original series. Although I would definitely watch the original series of films before I would go back and watch the Next Generation series of films. So, you gotta trade off there. But as far as picking my favorite card in the set, I gotta go with this one. I love the idea that they were all posed like it was a high school prom photo. I have many a photo that looks like this, even just, that yearbook cloth background. Like, it just cracks me up to see everybody just kind of like, yeah, we're cool, we're hip, we're hanging out with Whoopi. That's gotta be what everybody was thinking, right? We love Whoopi Goldberg, she's an icon. And the rest of us, we're pretty good too. So that's a fun set of cards. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of this series. Of course, you'll want to subscribe to TRN TV here so that you don't miss any more of the upcoming card packs that we'll be opening. It's a brand new year. It means we got a whole brand new slew of cards to show off to you. I know Jason has been really had some interesting selections on his side. And if you want to see even more of the rare types of cards, join the TRN, that's the Retro Network Patreon, become a VIP member, and you'll actually get some exclusive videos. So that's something for you to look into. On the other side, though, not necessarily related to TRN, but definitely related to Star Trek. If you are a Star Trek fan, you feel like you've heard all the other Star Trek podcasts, you're looking for something extra, my buddy Jeff has a Star Trek podcast called Trekology. And it is just, it's really interesting. I would call it Nice Guys on Star Trek. It's just two guys who have just found each other as friends. It's Jeff and his buddy Greg. So they're getting to know each other through Star Trek. They're sharing their favorite memories. They pick a topic, and then it kind of goes in all different directions. But it's a very, very enjoyable, family-friendly podcast. It's quite interesting, just the devotion they have to the Star Trek universe and how it has influenced things in their lives, thought patterns in their life, how they apply it to the daily living of life in the Star Trek manner. So I would definitely suggest you check out Trekology. You can find it just by throwing it in your Google machine, Trekology Star Trek podcast. So that's just one more suggestion for you. like to give you some extra entertainment, but I will be back soon, bringing you my own brand of fun nostalgia with a new pack of cards. So, we'll see you next time.